What will the world be like when I'm bigger?
I think to some extent all journeys are sort of bad if you look at it from a normal perspective.
Unless you dismiss your bad experiences, you would go berserk.
I travel to work by bus. The ramps on buses don't work as well, which causes further delays and frustration.
A trip into London is a real hassle for me using public transport. I would need to leave about 4 hours.
Looking back through time, you know it's clear that I've been blind.
You have to be manhandled onto a plane, you have to be lifted physically into the seat. Got very badly bruised on the seat armrests because I've been dragged over them.
I do hate Oxford Street quite passionately, just because it's so crowded.
If I was doing something like, for example, shopping for clothes, then I'd be looking for a big changing room. I need to be able to move around a lot.
Sorry, can you pass me that off the top shelf? It's always the feta cheese on the top shelf. Every other cheese that I don't particularly want to buy I could reach, the feta cheese is always right at the top.
If I'm spending a lot of time on my own, actually to go out to the shops and buy a bag full of groceries from my local Tesco creates some human contact.
I can't reach into the bottom of the big deep trolleys because my arm's too short, and I can't carry baskets because they're too heavy.
I think that probably my good experience are simply around people treating me as an equal. That is how you know as a disabled person that actually the fact that you have a disability is not having any effect on the way that people treat you.
I entertain friends, I go swimming, I like to go to the cinema, I go to the theatre, and I go shopping.
Look at things like the number of ramps into buildings now, better signage, better contrast between doors and walls, tactile pavements, all those sort of things have really improved society.
Stand the birds. Oh, walk. Definitely.
Even a few crossings around here on major roads where there are no crossing itself, it's a sort of suicide mission most days, getting across them.
The key to making the world a better place is about everybody taking an individual responsibility.
Good afternoon, welcome to B&Q. How you doing? All right.
We have wider aisles, which is the main thing you'll notice, gives lots of space for customers to shop. We looked at what colours look best, white on orange and black on white. We surveyed that for partially sighted people, they were the easiest colour combinations to recognise.
The main thing about it is having a world that is accommodating and open to people with various impairments. So it's about attitude more than physical change in lots of cases.
Disabled people do have money to spend, and if you were a business, frankly, you'd be foolish to ignore the power of the disabled pound.
Companies aren't aware of the potential market that's out there because their stores currently aren't accessible, so they don't see a proportion of disabled people using their stores. I think if you get the attitude right, with the training, the rest follows.
Businesses, of course, are run by people, and if those people want to live in a world which is tolerant, then one of the ways that they can help make that happen is by ensuring that their business reaches out. What's the point in living in a world where people who you know and love aren't able or allowed to be part of it? If there were 60 million people living in the UK and they all did one thing differently or tried to do one thing more to make the world a better place, then that really would be a step in the right direction.
You just gotta think in a different way.